Hello and welcome to Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the automotive industry. You know, we were going to try to make Autoline Daily a little bit of an oasis away from all this coronavirus coverage, but we can't. The situation is just too serious, and besides, the auto industry is getting involved in big ways. But first, an update. We told you last week that BMW would announce today what it's going to do with its plant in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Well, they just announced what they're going to do, and they will close it, but not for another week. There are 11,000 employees at that plant, and it's strange that BMW is keeping this open because it's already closed all of its plants in Europe. President Trump is telling automakers to make masks, ventilators, and respirators, but guess what? The car companies are already well ahead of the president. GM announced last week that it's partnering with a company called Ventec, which makes ventilators. GM is going to add logistics, purchasing, and manufacturing expertise to help that company really ramp up production. We had reported on some of that last week, and so we contacted GM to see could we get somebody to come on camera and give us more details about it. General Motors told us, whoa, things are moving way too fast. They've got a big announcement coming up very, very soon. Be fascinating to see what that is about. Meanwhile, Cranes reports that GM is partnering with Meridian Lightweight Industries to make magnesium castings for respirators. And then Meridian turned around and put GM in touch with a company called Creative Foam Corporation, which is based in Michigan, to make foam for ventilators. And also, FCA has announced that it's going to convert one of its plants in China to make masks, which it will then export to the U.S. GM, Ford, and FCA have reached an agreement with the UAW to keep their parts distribution centers open, but it's only going to be with people who volunteered, and of course they're going to get paid for that. What has been determined here is that automotive repair parts and maintenance parts are critical, especially for fire, police, ambulance, and postal vehicles. You know, it's really encouraging to see how the automotive industry is getting involved to fight the coronavirus, automakers and suppliers alike. What we've reported here is just the tip of the iceberg of what's going on, and we'll continue to report on what the industry is doing. Toyota, of course, is a leader in developing fuel cells, and now it's just announced it's developing a heavy-duty fuel cell for trucks with its partner Hino. It's based on the Hino Profia. It's going to feature 2 fuel cell stacks that will deliver about 600 kilometers of range. That's about 370 miles. And now Toyota is going to work on putting all that to useful production use. We showed you the Bentley Bacalar concept last week, and looks like that could turn out to be the way that future Bentleys look. The company's lead designer tells Autoblog, and I quote him here, "I feel encouraged to really push the subject of rejuvenating and modernizing Bentley's design language." Bentley says it's going to redesign its vehicles much faster than it did in the past. And the CEO of the company, Adrian Hallmark, has hinted that a bigger and more luxurious version of the Bentayga is going to come, as well as the brand's first full battery electric vehicle. And these could be the first vehicles to have the new look that the Bacalar has shown where they're going to go. The Petersen Automotive Museum in California is going to offer online lectures while it's closed for the coronavirus. The lessons happen twice a day, and they're for free. Even though they're aimed at students 12 years old and younger, anyone can join. Students will learn about the physics of cars, the history of the automobile, as well as propulsion, aerodynamics, and racing. We think it's a great idea and a great way to get a future generation involved in all things automotive.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. Your journey, our passion.
Everybody in the industry is coming up with unique ways to deal with the coronavirus quarantine, including the recently retired designer of JLR, Ian Callum. He's come up with a coloring book. It's free to download and features the Aston Martin Vanquish 25. And you can use the hashtag #ColorWithCallum on social media to earn prizes for your coloring. So how did all that online motor racing go that took place over the weekend? Because all the real races have been closed. Well, BMW says its Super Sim racing on Saturday was a success. NASCAR says its eRacer actually had a door-banging finish. Professional race drivers said they were surprised at how unique and fun it all was. So what we want to know is, did you get a chance to watch any of this? And if you did, tell us, what do you think about it? Okay, in our last story, last week we showed you a new type of parking brake from ZF that goes on the front wheels. Well, a number of you really complained about all that because you said you wouldn't be able to do power slides, which I totally agree with. So anyway, Robert Stewart from Magna Seating sent us this video of a young girl enjoying power slides. We want to thank you for sending us that video, Robert, and if any of you out there have something fun and interesting and automotive related to help get us through the quarantine blues, send it our way. But with that, we wrap up today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.